Hi, this is Jason. The purpose of this presentation is to answer some of the frequently asked questions about the pharmacology course and the equivalency method in the state of California. We are getting a lot of inquiries, and unfortunately, as a small business based in Oceanside, we don't have any resources or manpower to get back to all those who calls us. So hopefully this presentation could answer some of the questions that you might have. Please watch the entire presentation, and if there's still some questions that you might have that were not addressed by this presentation, you can go to our website as well and read on the frequently asked questions from there, or send us an email. Um, uh, Best way to contact us would be by email. Send an email inquiry to admin@nclexpasser.com, or you can text this number as well or leave a message at 619-704-9088. So first, who is San Marcos Healthcare Learning Center? So we are a continuing education provider in the state of California. We've been in operation since 2006. And if you're going to search us on the Breeze website, so just go to breeze.com, breeze.ca.gov, and if you put in our name right there, San Marcos Healthcare Learning Center, you would see us listed as a provider by the Board of Vocational Nursing and also by the Board of Registered Nursing. Um, if you go directly to the Board of Vocational Nursing website, you won't see us there anymore because they have updated their website whenever a provider would renew their provider number or provider application. They usually are taken down and transferred to the Breeze website. So everybody will be listed on this website eventually because I think we had some questions before wherein why are we not on the provider list for the Board of Vocational Nursing? And the main reason for it is because everybody's being transferred on this website. We're also an approved continuing education provider by the California Department of Public Health. Although this course, the pharmacology course, is not yet approved, okay, because it's actually beyond the scope of practice of a nursing assistant. But we do have some courses that are approved. If you can see there, let's see, it says there you have that San Marcos Healthcare Learning Center. Sorry about that. You would see there San Marcos Healthcare Learning Center as one of the approved providers under the California Department of Public Health as well. All right. So let's go back to the presentation. Let's focus on the what is the pharmacology course or equivalency method in the state of California. Let's see. All right, so there's different methods to be eligible to sit for the NCLEX exam for LVN in the state of California. You have your method 1, wherein you would qualify if you are a graduate of a California approved school of vocational nursing. These are the accredited schools. So San Marcos Healthcare Learning Center is not an accredited school, mainly because accreditation pertains to those who offer a regular nursing program, and we don't offer a regular nursing program. All we offer is the pharmacology course, which is a requirement under method 3, okay, which is the equivalency or equivalent education and or experience. So there's this also method 2, wherein if you are a graduate of an out-of-state school of practical or vocational nursing, so let's say you're from Arizona or Nevada, you have taken some nursing program there, you can go to California and apply for examination in California as well. Okay, so that's your method 2. Now, you also have your method 4, which is exclusively used by military applicants. So if you have been on service, you serve as a corpsman, you can be eligible to sit for the NCLEX exam in the state of California as well. So all of these different methods, you can actually find it under the Board of Vocational Nursing website. So if you again go to the Board of Vocational Nursing right there and go to that applicants right there and click on the application for vocational nurse licensure by examination, it would be listed there. So just click on the summary of requirements. So these are the requirements to become eligible to sit for the NCLEX exam. Or section A is the general criteria, and then you have your section B. It says there number 1, 2, and then you have your number 3. So what we're going to be focusing on this presentation would be your equivalent education and or experience. So everything that we will be discussing are actually found on the State Board of California or Vocational Nursing Board in the state of California. So what are the differences of method 1, method 2, method 3, and method 4? So for method 1, it's a successful completion of California accredited vocational nursing program, which usually costs in a private school anywhere from $20,000 to $35,000. Program length anywhere from 12 months to 18 months, depending whether you're full time or part time. This would probably require you going to school about 3 to 5 days a week. So if you are currently employed full time, most likely you won't be able to do this at the same time. You could probably do a part-time schooling, but you're gonna have to really manage your time. There are a lot of students, workers, who have been able to do this as well, so it shouldn't be a problem at all if you would want to go for a regular nursing program. And if you can afford it, if you can do it, I would highly advise you to go for it. This is the best way to prepare you for the not only for the NCLEX exam but in nursing practice as well. So this is the preferred way. I would highly recommend it if you have the time and resources to be able to complete this course. Now, if you came from another state, or let's say you found a cheaper program out of state, you could do that as well. That's one of the methods to become eligible in the state of California. You don't have to finish your program here in California. You can go outside California, come back and take the exam as well. Costs may be cheaper outside California. Program length is pretty much the same, anywhere from 12 to 18 months, and would require you to go back to school probably 3 to 5 days a week, depending whether you're part-time or full-time student. Now, method 3, the equivalency method, is a combination of any of the following. You could either have a formal nursing education, especially those who are foreign nursing graduates. We have a lot of students who actually have completed their nursing program outside the US and would want to sit for the NCLEX-PN. They will be found eligible as long as they have completed the pharmacology course, or you can mainly rely on your paid nursing experience. So you can either have just a pure formal nursing education or a combination of formal nursing education and paid nursing experience, or maybe just paid nursing experience. So as far as paid nursing experience, you must have at least 51 months of paid nursing experience within the last 10 years prior to the date of application. Okay, so minimum of 51 months, and half of which should have been within 5 years. So the board will only consider your experience within the last 10 years, but half of your experience should be within the last 5 years. So we'll try to present some examples or scenario later on some of the problems that students may encounter regarding this experience requirement. Now, this experience shall be verified by the employer, showing specific dates of employment. So there's a specific form that needs to be filled up by your employer in order to verify that you really have the experience. And whether you have a formal nursing education or you're going through a paid nursing experience, pharmacology course is a very important component. So 54-hour pharmacology course. In some cases, for those who have graduated from the foreign nursing program, they may have earned some pharmacology course already, but a lot of times they are not equivalent to 54 hours, so the board will still ask you to take additional hours for pharmacology. Unfortunately, we cannot give a partial credit for pharmacology. I am not sure if there is any school out there that will give you a partial credit or like 6 hours only or 8 hours only. we we were getting a lot of calls about, hey Jason, I just need 6 hours because I've been given credits for like 48 hours already. Unfortunately, we cannot give a partial credit. It's basically a set 54-hour pharmacology as far as our course is concerned. And I'm not really aware of any school who can give you a partial credit for pharmacology only. All right, so this 51 months experience should include a minimum of each of the following. So I'm not making this up. These are all on the list of requirements from the board's website as well. So you must have at least 48 months of medical surgical nursing, if you work in a hospital or skilled nursing facility, subacute, or a long-term care, most likely you have this experience already, 48 months or 4 years of medical surgical nursing experience. On top of that, you must have at least 6 weeks of maternity or genitourinary nursing. So it's either maternity or genitourinary nursing. That would be the one of the experience requirement. And the third requirement experience, a lot of students are having a hard time completing this or meeting this. You must have at least 6 weeks in pediatric nursing. So if you work in a hospital, hospital has all this type of experience or type of patients. It shouldn't be a problem for you to get all this experience verified or get this experience. All you have to do is to talk to your manager, supervisor, and float you to the different departments that have these different types or kinds of patients, and you should be signed off on those experience. But if your main experience is in a skilled nursing facility and you don't have pediatric patients, then you really have to look for an area wherein you have the ability to take care of kids. So probably look for a family clinic or get employed by a staffing agency that could send you to the different hospitals that cater to pediatric patients. Okay, you don't have to work full time there. What is important is you are able to accumulate the certain number of hours that is needed for your pediatric nursing as well. Now, we are getting a lot of calls as well if we can help them with pediatric nursing through education. Now, I just would want to emphasize that if you are trying to get credits for pediatric nursing or even maternity nursing through education, we have contacted the board several times already, and they say that the only way that they can give credits through education with these two types of experience is if the course have been taken from a regular nursing program or a regular vocational nursing program. So that means the institution, the school that you're going to get these courses from, should be an accredited school to provide a regular nursing program. And since we don't provide that nursing program, we're not an accredited school based on that criteria, then we cannot offer you a course for a credit equivalent for pediatric or maternity nursing. So be very careful from those providers out there who would force you to take their pediatric nursing course, and they would claim that they can give you credits for it. Just make sure that it's part of an accredited program, accredited nursing program. If not, then uh, Again, just be very careful about that. So unfortunately, we cannot give you any, we cannot offer you any course that would give credits towards your pediatric nursing or maternity nursing. Our advice is you have to look for an employer who can give you this experience. So if you work in a hospital, it shouldn't be a problem at all. But if your main experience is in a skilled nursing facility, then you better get try to get some help with some staffing agency, apply to their company that so that they can send you to the different hospitals that cater to this type of patients. And I would like to emphasize, okay, that this required experience must have occurred within the last past 10 years, with half of the required experience occurring in the past 5 years, okay? So that's really important. So let's say you have Mr. J, who worked full time, 40 hours per week as a nursing assistant at a particular hospital from September 1991 to September 2015. Will he qualify if he applied today? Let's say today is September 2020, right? The answer would be no, okay? Although you have more than 51 months of experience as a nursing assistant, okay? So from 1991 to 2015, that's a lot of experience right there. However, the board will only consider the last 10 years of employment from the date of application. So if the date of application is September 2020, they will only consider experiences from September 2010 to September 2020. Okay, but since he stopped working in 2015, so that means he only have uh, 5 years of experience, right? So the argument is, well, he had 5 years of experience, so he has at least 51 months of experience already, right? He has more than enough from 2010 to 2015. Although he have at least 51 months of experience from 2010 to 2015, the other condition by the board is that at least half of the experience should have been accrued within the last 5 years of application. So within the last 5 years of application, so if he applied on September 2020, okay, from September 2015 to 2020, that's 5 years from the time of application, he never had any experience at all, right? And the criteria is you must have at least half of the experience. So this means that Mr. J should have at least 25 months out of the 51 months requirement experience from 2015 to 2020. And since he doesn't have that work anymore, or he's not working, or he did not work from 2015 to 2020, then that will disqualify him from getting eligible to sit for the NCLEX exam. All right, so let's say second scenario. Mr. J worked full-time 40 hours per week as a nursing assistant at SM Hospital from September 1991 to September 2015. From September 2015 to date, he worked as a phlebotomist. Will he qualify if he applied today, September 2020? Still no, okay? Although he worked as a phlebotomist from 2015 to 2020, the experience is not considered as a bedside nursing experience and therefore will not be accepted by the board. So you have to be very careful as far as your experience is concerned. If you think that you don't meet the experience, then there's no point of taking the pharmacology course because you won't be able to. You will not be eligible to sit for the NCLEX exam. You want to make sure that you do have all the experience before taking the pharmacology course, so you don't have to waste your time, especially you don't waste your money as well. All right. So one of the questions is that I work for a staffing agency and they send me to different facilities. What should I do? Well, this is the hardest part. If your main employer is a staffing agency right there and you are being sent to different facilities, your staffing agency can write a letter of employment, so verifying that you're employed. However, your experience needs to be verified by the facilities that you've been sent to. So let's say you've been sent to Sharp Hospital or Scripps Hospital, okay, or UCSD. So there are several hospitals that you've been sent to. then you're gonna need to have anyone or one of the nursing supervisor or director from Sharp, from Scripps, from UCSD to verify your experience. So there's a specific form that they need to fill up, and your staffing agency will serve as like your employer. They will verify that you've been employed, but the experience needs to be verified by Sharp, Scripps, and UCSD. So there's going to be a lot of paperwork and legwork that you're going to need to do if you work for a staffing agency. Now, what if you have an employer, several employers for the past 10 years? So, how do you get your experience verified? So, let's say you're applying on September 2020. So, this is your date of application. So, the board will consider only your experience from September 2010 to September 2020. So if let's say your current employer is Scripps Hospital, so this is Scripps Hospital, and you were employed by Scripps from 2015 up to current until 2020. All right. So that's already about 5 years of experience right there. That's more than 51 months of experience. So all you need is the employment verification form and an HR letter from Scripps that you have been employed for at least 51 months and you do have your experience. Okay. You don't have to go through or you don't have to go back to your previous employer prior to Scripps because that should satisfy already your experience requirement. But if let's say today is September 2020 and your current employer's Scripps, but you've been employed by them since 2018, right? So that's only 2 years of experience right there. 2 years of experience. So the minimum requirement is 51 months or about 4 years of experience. So if you are going to rely only on Scripps, then that will not be enough and you will not qualify to sit for the NCLEX exam. So let's say prior to Scripps, you were employed by Sharp from 2017 to 2018 right there, right? So that's about 1 year of experience. So 1 year from Sharp, 2 years from Scripps, still that's not enough because that's only 3 years of experience. So that's not equivalent to 48 months. Okay, that's only about 36 months. So go further back. Um, Prior to Sharp. So let's say you were employed by UCSD from 2015 to 2017 right there, which is about 2 years as well. So all in all, you're gonna have to go back to the previous two employers that you have prior to Scripps, which is Sharp and UCSD. All of these three hospitals will have to verify your experience. Okay, so if you have several employers for the past 10 years, you're gonna need to make sure that you go back to all of them. Okay, as long as you are able to accumulate at least 4 years of experience or verifiable experience, then that should be enough. But if the scenario is, let's say, you have already at least 5 years experience with Scripps, then you don't have to go back to Sharp or UCSD and get your experience verified. Okay, because all you need is at least 4 years of experience, right? However, let's say you have 5 years experience with Scripps, but they can only verify your medical surgical nursing, and your experience was for pediatric nursing or maternity nursing was at Sharps or UCSD, then you have to go back to Sharp and UCSD as well. So I hope that is clear. Okay, you want to make sure that all those experience requirements set by the Board of Vocational Nursing can be verified. So if one hospital cannot verify it or not enough to verify it, then you're gonna have to go back to those previous two employers until all your experience can be verified. All right, so equivalent education and or experience method is a method of choice for nursing assistant who have at least 51 months, or if you're going to convert that into hours, that's about 8,160 hours of paid nursing experience, okay, because it requires lesser time, does not affect your current work schedule, cheaper than the regular vocational nursing program. Although they're cheaper, again, this is not the best way to become an LVN. It will not adequately prepare you to become an LVN unless you have a previous nursing, formal nursing education. Okay, your method one or method two is still the best way to become an LVN, and it prepares you well to become an LVN as well. So at least 54 hours of pharmacology is an important requirement under this method. Now, do we offer this pharmacology? Yes, we do offer this pharmacology, 54-hour pharmacology. We have two options. You have the option one, which is a purely online course, that's self-study. So you study on your own. It's $275. This doesn't have any interaction with the instructor. So you will be given some instructions on how to access the course. So there's some modules in there that you can read. There are some video clips that you would be watching, and naturally there will be some reading assignments as well. For each particular module or topic, there will be a corresponding quiz. So you will be taking the quiz online. You will be given two attempts to take the quizzes, but the score that you will be having in each particular quiz will be the average of your two attempts. So on your first attempt, if you already have a passing grade, then you don't have to retake the quiz. But if you want to improve your average, then you can retake it. So each quiz can be taken twice. It's not time limited. Okay, so you can save your answers and resume your quiz at a later time. It's really something that is really convenient. There's no time pressure, although we only can give you a maximum of 1 year to complete the course and take all the quizzes from the time of your registration. The other option is an online class, which is a virtual class. It costs $425. You will be meeting with the instructor on a predetermined date and time. So our class schedules and class dates are posted on our website. You would be able to plan ahead of time. So they are posted on the website before you register for the class. You will be using your computer or smartphone. There will be an instructor available. It's similar to a Zoom meeting. It's like really attending a class, but you are not stepping into an actual physical classroom setting. It's more of a virtual online setting. Okay. This particular option will have a home study component as well. Typically, the meeting is about 6 to 8 weeks meeting once a week at a predetermined date and time. Now, how does our pharmacology course differ from other providers? Okay, do we have a prerequisite for the course? And this is one of the most common questions that we are asked. So why is it that our course is way much cheaper than other providers? Okay, well, our course is pure pharmacology, focused on the content required by the board. Um, Basically, we discuss the knowledge of commonly used drugs and their action, computation of dosages, preparation of medication, and principles of administration. So these are the focus of the pharmacology course. Unlike other providers, we don't force you to take the anatomy or physiology or medical surgical nursing in order to be able to take our pharmacology course. So these particular subjects does not actually earn you any credits unless they are taken as part of an accredited nursing program. So you have to be very careful with that. So back then, we used to offer all these courses integrated to our pharmacology, but that makes the course very expensive, and really it could be take a long time to complete it as well. There's no prerequisite to take the course, so meaning you can just actually enroll into the course as long as you know what you're getting into. So, will this pharmacology prepare you? Is this enough to prepare for the NCLEX-PN exam? Well, if you meet the experience requirement or you have enough equivalent education credits from your formal nursing education, all you need is pharmacology course under Method 3. But this is not enough to prepare you for the NCLEX exam. Okay, remember, this is just a requirement to qualify for the NCLEX-PN. The exam itself is not just about pharmacology as well. So, um, if pharmacology alone will not prepare for the NCLEX exam, would it be better to enroll in a course that would require to take the, or incorporate anatomy, physiology, medical, surgical, nursing, etc.? As I've mentioned earlier, we used to incorporate anatomy, physiology, all these different subject or courses, but this makes the course more expensive. Okay, through the years since 2006 of offering this particular course, we have found out that several students doesn't really need those courses, especially those who have a formal nursing education or formal nursing background from their respective countries. Okay, some are also good in studying on their own, so we decided to just offer pharmacology course as a standalone course so that students can save money. Okay, so we just focus on the pharmacology. Now, once you're found eligible by the board to take the exam, you have a lot of time to prepare for the NCLEX exam. You have 6 months to register. Once you're found eligible by the board, after you register for examination, you have another 6 months to take it. So you have plenty of time to prepare for the exam. Now, if you want to prepare as soon as possible, we do offer NCLEX preparation course as well, which which will help you to prepare for the NCLEX exam. So we kind of separated these courses from each other in that way. It doesn't cost you a lot of money as well, and you can focus on one particular task at a time. Okay, so your priority right now is to get approved to take the NCLEX exam. Make sure that you meet the experience requirement, gather all the documents required by the board, and complete the 54 hours pharmacology course. And what are the requirements? Okay, what are the documents? So all these documents are found on the board's website as well. You have your employment verification form, your employer's HR verification letter as well, your record of nursing program if you attended a nursing course, official transcript of records from any nursing course that you have taken, high school diploma. If you don't have a high school diploma, a college transcript will meet this requirement, a live scan as well, and of course the 54-hour pharmacology transcript, which basically is what we're offering. Okay. You can download all these forms from our website, or you can also go to the board's website right here. All you have to do is to click on that applicants right there, and then click on the application for vocational nurse licensure by examination. And all of this right here: employment verification, nursing experience, live scan, all these forms, you basically are these are all available. So just click on that. So these are the employment verification forms, and the format or the information that needs to be on the HR letter of your employer that would verify that you actually have been employed with them. So I guess that's a last slide. Yeah, last slide right there. Um, so hopefully this presentation answers some of your questions. If there are some concerns or specific questions that are not addressed by this presentation, read on our frequently asked questions from our website as well. Um, all you have to do is to go to nclexpasser.com, nclexpasser.com right there, and then click on these frequently asked questions, CNA to LVN. I think you would find additional information here as well. And if still, there is a question that is not answered by any of this and this presentation, send us an email from our admin at nclexpasser.com. So that's, let me see, if you go to the contact us form right here, okay, so you can send us an email at admin at nclexpasser.com, or you can text this number or leave a message on this number as well. Okay, so hopefully that help you understand better what the pharmacology course is all about, or the equivalency method, CNA to LVN. So there's a lot of terms that they call about this program. It's just basically an equivalency method program in the state of California. If you're from out of state, before you get into this type of program, you want to call your respective board if you can transfer your license in the state of California to your respective state, if by this method. Okay, because there are some states out there that they require you to have completed a regular nursing program. Again, this is not a regular nursing program. It is just a pure pharmacology course designed to meet the requirement by the State Board of Vocational Nursing in California, under the equivalency method.